Welcome to Blender Frenzy. I am Justin, and the other day I was upgrading something and I had to wait and I saw this little loading screen here. So I thought, you know what? That would be a good Blender tutorial because I'm pretty sure we can create this really easily in the VSE. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make today. All right, open up a new instance of Blender, go up to File, New, Video Editing. We can collapse the file browser, hover your mouse over the sequencer, press Shift A, and add in a color. Duplicate the color, change the bottom one to white, then select the top one. We're going to reposition this one by going to the transform settings on the strip tab, and we're going to change the position of the X by looking at the X resolution. So the X resolution is 1920. We're going to type in here 1920 divided by 2. And then we're going to do the same thing for the Y, 1080 divided by 2. Of course, use your own resolution. This will work with whatever resolution you have, but this puts the bottom left corner in the very center of our view, and we want this object to rotate around that corner. But right now, the origin is in the center of the object. So if we rotate it now, it's just going to rotate based on the center of the object. So to change this, go to Origin and change both sliders to 0. Now when we rotate it, it will rotate it around the origin, which is in the center of our view, directly on that corner of the color strip. Let's go to View, and then uncheck Limit Contents to View, so we have more freedom to move, and then go back to View and unselect Show Seconds. Now we can see the frames instead of the time. Let's drag the strips out a little bit, then on frame 1, make sure our rotation is at 0 degrees, and create a keyframe. Then go to frame 31, type in 360 degrees for the rotation, and create a keyframe. And now if we drag through, you can see we have the black color strip rotating around the center of the view. Right now it's going counterclockwise, but if you want it to go the other way, just type in -360 degrees on frame 31. I'm going to replace that keyframe to update it, and now it goes clockwise. Now go to the rendering workspace, change the drop down up here to mask, and we want the 3D cursor to be in the center of the view. So go to the View tab and type in 0.5 for the location of the X and Y of the 2D cursor. Shift A to add in a mask, choose circle, and drag that out. Then select everything with A, Shift D to duplicate, and right click to cancel any movement. Then press S to scale, and scale the duplicated mask inwards to your desired thickness. Go up to Mask Display, check Overlay to see what we have. And in order to create a ring, instead of just a circle, we need to come to the Mask tab and check Holes. I'm going to rename this mask to Mask Circle. Now let's go back to the video editing workspace, select the bottom strip, and then on the Modifiers tab, add a strip modifier Mask. For the mask input, select Mask, and then choose our Mask Circle. Repeat the same thing for the top strip. Turn off the overlay so we can see it more clearly, and now if we play, you can see the effect that we're going for. But if you can tell, the movement isn't linear, and this is because our animation curves are in an S-like shape. For those of you unfamiliar with this type of curve, it's called a Bezier curve. So I'm going to drag up an extra workspace here, and then change this to the graph editor, and press Home to zoom into our keyframes. So here's our S-shape curve, but we want this to be perfectly straight, which is linear. So hover your mouse over the graph, press T on the keyboard, and then choose Linear. There, now it has a constant movement throughout the whole thing. But it currently only goes around the circle once, so let's make the animation curve cycle. To do this, hover your mouse over the graph, press Shift E, and then choose Make Cyclic. And now we play it, and we only have 2 keyframes, but it will repeat those 2 keyframes over and over and over again, all the way to infinity and beyond, or until we stop. Which I'm going to choose our current frame range, which is 250 frames. Let's drag these strip handles and snap them to frame 250. And now we can play and see the cycle continues throughout our whole frame range. And of course we can come over here, select the black color strip, and change this to any color we desire. We can also do it for the white color strip, change that to any color we want. And there you go. You can use this as a loading screen animation or GIF, or use this as a motion graphic in your videos, or take the same concepts of this and design something different. And there you go, the sky's the limit. Let your imagination run wild. You can find this video and a whole lot more by going to my new website, blenderfrenzy.com, where you can access lots of free and members-only content, including extra tutorials, downloads, assets, blend files, Q&A live streams, and much more. Signing up helps support me, which in turn gives you more Blender content, so head on over to blenderfrenzy.com and become a member today.